Long, long ago, when the world was still young and the sun shone brighter than ever, there lived two brothers named Cain and Abel. They were the first children of Adam and Eve, and they grew up hearing wonderful stories about the beautiful Garden of Eden, a place their parents once lived before they made a mistake and had to leave. Cain was the older brother. He had strong hands, a curious mind, and loved planting things. Every morning, he would wake up early, stretch his arms, and race to the fields to check on his crops. He grew juicy tomatoes, tall green corn, and fruits that sparkled like tiny jewels in the sunlight. Abel, the younger brother, was gentle and cheerful. He loved animals more than anything. He spent his days watching over sheep, naming them, playing with them, and learning their voices. When he played his small flute, the animals gathered around him, as though listening to a sweet lullaby. Even though the two brothers were very different, they lived happily, helping their parents and learning from God. One day, Adam and Eve gathered their sons and said, "Children, it is good to thank God for everything He has given us. He has given us food, life, sunshine, rain, and love. So both of you should give Him a special gift." Cain nodded and thought, "I will give God the best crops from my farm." Abel smiled and thought, "I will give God the best sheep in my flock." So the day came for them to present their gifts. Cain carried a basket filled with fruits and vegetables. They looked nice, but Cain did not choose the very best ones. Some had tiny spots, some were not fully ripe, and he hurriedly picked them without much care. Abel, on the other hand, brought a healthy, perfect little lamb, the best he had. He held it gently, whispering, "This is for God. Thank you for everything." When they presented their gifts, something amazing happened. Abel's offering pleased God. A warm light surrounded Abel, and he felt peace in his heart. But Cain's offering did not please God, and Cain felt no warm light. God wasn't angry with Cain. He only wanted Cain to give his best, just like Abel did. But Cain didn't understand that. Instead of asking God what he could do better, Cain got upset, really upset. His eyebrows squeezed together. His fists tightened. His heart felt heavy and hot. Every time he saw Abel smiling, the jealousy in Cain grew bigger, like a seed turning into a tree with sharp thorns. One evening, Abel came home with a basket of fresh milk and said happily, "Brother, look, the sheep gave us so much milk today." But Cain did not answer. He simply walked away. Abel frowned. "Did I do something wrong?" he wondered. He had no idea what was happening in Cain's heart. One quiet morning, when Cain was alone in the field, God spoke gently to him. "Cain," the voice said, soft as the breeze, "why are you angry? If you do what is right, you will be accepted. But if you let anger stay in your heart, it will hurt you." Cain listened, but did not reply. Deep inside, he knew God was right. But jealousy had become so loud in his heart that he ignored the gentle warning. One sunny afternoon, Cain felt anger boiling inside him again. He saw Abel playing with the sheep, laughing, and it made him even angrier. "Abel," Cain called. Abel looked up, smiling. "Yes, brother. Come with me to the field, I want to show you something." Abel, being kind and trusting, followed Cain happily. He didn't know danger was close. The field was quiet, the air still, and the sun warm. They walked until they were far from home. Then something terrible happened. Cain hurt his brother. Abel fell silent. Cain stepped back, shocked at what he had done. The wind stopped, the birds paused, even the earth seemed quiet. Cain whispered, "Abel, Abel," but Abel did not answer. Shortly after, God spoke again. "Cain, where is your brother Abel?" Cain swallowed hard. I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? But God already knew what happened. Cain, your brother's voice cries out from the ground. Because of what you have done, the ground will no longer give you good crops easily. You will wander from one place to another. Cain felt fear wash over him. He realized his anger had destroyed something precious, his own family. Please, God, he cried, the punishment is too much for me to bear. People will hurt me when they find out what I have done. But God, who is both just and loving, placed a special mark of protection on Cain. No one will harm you, God said, but you must live with the consequences of your actions. Cain left home, walking into a new land, carrying a heavy lesson. In his heart, Adam and Eve were sad, but they trusted God to help them through their pain. Later, God blessed them with another son named Seth, and hope returned to their home. This story teaches children a powerful lesson. Always give your best to God. Do not let jealousy grow in your heart. Talk about your feelings instead of hiding them. And most importantly, love your family. When we choose kindness, we live in peace. When we choose honesty and love, God smiles on us just like He smiled on Abel. If stories like this interest you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories. That morality. Watch more amazing Bible stories every week right here on Faithful Friends, where faith comes alive in fun, colorful ways.